I'm going to say that when it comes to a case-by-case basis, people misunderstand that first line. It says right there on that slide, fines of up to $50,000 per violation and up to 1.5 million per year. Let me throw some bookends on that. There is a set of special situations which can increase that $1.5 million per year to virtually unlimited. For instance, I worked with a religious diocese who got themselves into a pickle. And of course, they cover a whole sector of the nation with their charitable services. They literally told me over the phone, well, the fines are only $50,000 per violation and up to $1.5 million per year. How many violations could this result in? Literally every disclosure. So if somebody's singular record gets out through a mishandling of, let's say, an old PC hard drive. It was supposed to be set for destruction. It didn't. Somebody sold it to a friend. Somebody walked off with a spare because they needed one for their computer at home. There was no managed process for guaranteeing that data that came into the facility did not come out of the facility. And then we end up with a single health record. That is not a single disclosure. That's a single disclosure per item, which could be diagnosis, piece of personally identifiable information, healthcare plan, insurance information, and then per device or per transmittal from a singular device. And the technical language goes on and on. And in this particular case, they had to settle for, and I would just say, well over $1.5 million in a year. That is not typical. That is not typical, but we have to take it very seriously because we're not paying close attention to what HHS takes seriously, and there's special language they have in there and what identifies a disclosure and what's a violation. And so we take it very seriously. And the only reason, and let me just say this, I'm going to go off script for about 3 seconds. The only reason that Digital Compliance agreed to participate with BBC Global is not because we have a sales partnership or a revenue sharing plan. We were going to originally say no. Because we don't do this. We don't advertise, we don't sell lists, we don't buy lists. We are a destination organization, and we're very good at what we do. We agreed because on reviewing the process that BBC Global put themselves through, which went above and beyond typical minimum standards for federal compliance, our organization leader said this is actually an important enough issue since the pandemic, and this issue being using remote communication means electronic, using remote bodies and personalities to manage PHI has become such a citable issue. It's getting hit more and more often upon review during audits that we need to get the information out there so that people can take the steps to prevent this, very simple steps to prevent these exposures. And BBC Global is not our only business partner that engages in services like this or similar to this, but they are, and I promise I wasn't prompted to say this, they are our best example of compliance in this organization, this organizational structure, right? So we're, having gone off script, I want to tell you guys I'm proud of the work you've done, and I'm excited. I hope that you end up helping a lot of people with this.
Well, thanks, Matt. I really, it's breathtaking for us to hear because we want to make sure we do the right thing. And so it just fills my soul with joy when I hear you talk about the fact that we're doing the right thing in the industry.